Connect Plus Primary 3, Term 1. Look, listen, and read.
In 2020, there was a flood in Egypt. There was a lot of rain, as well as thunderstorms and lightning. The airport in Luxor and the ports in Alexandria and Sharm el-Sheikh were closed. Yes, that's right. A lot of rain fell in a very short time. There was too much water and the streets and buildings in Cairo and other places flooded.
Water. There is too much water. There is too much water.
There isn't enough water. There isn't enough water. There isn't enough water. There isn't enough water. There are too many cars. There are too many cars. There are too many cars. There are too many cars.
There aren't enough trees. There aren't enough trees. There aren't enough trees. There aren't enough trees.
When there are floods, there can be big problems. Flood water can ruin homes, shops, and offices. It can wash away roads or make bridges and homes collapse. It's important for engineers and scientists to find ways to protect everyone from floods. Meteorologists are people who study the weather. They can watch what is happening and predict when floods will start. They can warn people to put up barriers or use sandbags to keep their homes safe. They can send these warnings on cell phones, so everyone gets them quickly. We can install new technology, such as more powerful pumps to remove the water. We can keep drains clear and in good condition so water can move away quickly. When it rains a lot in a short time, there is a risk of flooding. If we are prepared for this, we can minimize the dangerous effects of flooding.
Lara is an emergency responder. When there is a flood, she is one of the first people to rescue the other citizens from the floodwater. Can you describe what an emergency responder is?
Yes, of course. I volunteer to help my community when there is an emergency. We aren't the police or firefighters, but we are trained to help them do their jobs. We can get to a place quickly, do first aid, and rescue people from floods.
Do you enjoy being an emergency responder?
Yes, I do. I like helping people, and we do lots of different things.
Is it a scary thing to do?
Well, sometimes it is. But then I think that other people will be scared as well, so I focus on how I can help them.
What do you do when there is a flood?
We know it might be dangerous when there is very heavy rainfall. So, my team are ready to help people quickly. Our job is to help people who are sick or injured.
How do you travel around the city?
We have small boats, so we can go to different houses and help people who are stuck in their homes.
Are people pleased to see you?
Yes, they are. That's one of the things I love about volunteering. You can make people very happy.
Thank you, Lara.
Dangerous. Dangerous. Dangerous.
Generous. 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 Nervous. 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 Enormous. 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 Famous. Famous. Famous.
Farming in dry areas. We all know that plants need sunlight, food, and water. So how do people grow food in the desert when there isn't enough water?
Old and new irrigation.
Farmers in dry countries need to water their crops. There isn't enough rainfall to give the crops all the water they need, so they use irrigation. This means bringing water in through pipes, from wells, canals, or other sources of water. Farmers also use pumps to move water from rivers or wells to the fields. Ancient Egyptians used irrigation in the past, and people still need it today. Irrigation systems have changed over time, and now they can carry more water. The problem with modern irrigation is that it can take too much water out of rivers, lakes, and springs.
Drip, flood, and spray.
There are different W to irrigate a field. Flood irrigation covers a whole flue in water. Or there are systems that spray water across a field. Both these types can waste water. The best way is drip irrigation. This is where water drips onto the plants through holes in the pipes. The water only goes onto the plant, where it is needed, not into the ground. And water isn't lost to evaporation.
Hydroponic farming.
A new way of farming in dry countries is hydroponic farming. This is a modern technology that is useful in dry countries. It uses only water, not soil, to grow plants. The special water contains the minerals that the plant needs. This system uses a lot less water than traditional farming. Farmers can start a hydroponic farm anywhere. It doesn't have to be on land that is good for traditional farming. Is this what all farms will look like in the future?